Hello there, I'm Presley, and today I will be ranking the arcs in Bleach in order of my least favorite to my favorite one. I will be including the anime filler arcs, however only the ones that are more than 4 episodes in total. And lastly, I'm just going to go ahead and state, before I get into this, that 1, I'm not going to be going into too much detail about, my overall thoughts about each of these arcs. I'm going to be saying a bit about each of them, but I'm not going to go into, super in-depth detail, This is not based on objectively which Bleach arcs are the best. This list is just based off of my personal taste, and, just ranking them in the order of how much I like them myself. And lastly, I like all the arcs in Bleach. I love Bleach. I can genuinely say that there's not a single canon arc that I actually dislike. I like them all. But let's just go ahead and get into it. Now, starting it off at the bottom at number 10, being my least favorite would of course be the Bound arc. I don't like the Bound arc. I'm not fond of it at all, in the slightest, in fact. Yeah, the Bound arc is the only Bleach arc that I'd actually say I do not like. Alright, moving on to number 9. It would be the Stolen Hogyokyu arc. Now, this one is kind of a mixture of a bunch of one-off episodes and a few episodes that kind of lead into each other. However, most people from what I've seen tend to consider all these episodes just kind of, lumped together under this longer title, Now, personally, I really like the nature of one-off episodes here and there. I think that they're nice. Alright, number 8 is the new Captain Shusuke Amagai. Now, I really like this arc. I love the stuff with Captain Amagai and his story. I loved the story going on for Izuru. The princess stuff could be okay at times. It was a lot better towards the very beginning, and, kind of got a bit annoying towards the end, but I still think overall it's a really good arc. At number 7 is the Gotei 13 Invasion arc. Now, this one I just think is an overall really fun and enjoyable watch. I think the idea of all the Soul Reapers having to fight these copies of them is such an interesting concept. I thought it was really enjoyable. At number 6 is none other than the Zanpakuto Unknown Tales, or also known as the Zanpakuto Rebellion arc. Now, if you're looking for what, in my opinion, is the best filler arc in Bleach, look no further, it is this one. I loved all the Zanpakuto designs for this arc. They all looked great. I loved getting to see all the Soul Reapers interact with their respective Zanpakutos. I thought the story with Muramasa was very interesting. It was great. I loved it. Alright, everything past this point is just a canon arc to the Bleach manga, so At number 5 would be the very first arc in the series, the Substitute Shinigami arc. I think that this is truly the best way that the series could have started. It is such an entertaining and short arc to read through and or watch. The introduction to all the main Karakura town characters we'll be seeing throughout the series, each of their introductions, is great. Overall, it's a really good arc. At number 4, it would be The Lost Agent, also known as the Fullbring arc. Now, I've noticed over the years that the Fullbring arc tends to have a pretty varying degree of opinions on it in the fan base. Personally, I really like this arc. I really like the way that they handled the time skip overall, and I think that it's a nice arc to have in between the bigger arcs of the Ivanka arc and the Thousand Year Blood War. Because, you know, both of those are really long and really intense arcs, and I really like that we have this shorter but also really good arc in between them. Now we move on to number 3, which would be the Ivanka arc. What's there not to say about this arc? It is just fantastic all around. You have Turn Back the Pendulum in it. You have the fight between Ichigo and Grimmjow. You have the fight between Ichigo and Ukiura. You have the final fight of this arc, which is, you know, between Ichigo and Aizen, and that one is just, it's fantastic. You have Gein's death in this arc, and now Gein's death is something that just destroys me every time I see it. Now, I love Gein as a character. He is my favorite character in all of Bleach. Yes, I love this arc. I think it is great. At number 2 is the Thousand Year Blood War. Now, I think the Thousand Year Blood War is truly amazing. It is fantastic. One of my favorite scenes in all of Bleach happens in the Thousand Year Blood War, which happens in chapter 654, which I'm not going to state what it is because, you know, spoilers for the manga, obviously. However, if you've read that chapter, you might be able to assume what I mean. The first part of the Thousand Year Blood War anime looks fantastic and is everything I truly hoped it would be so far. The only negative thing I would say about the Thousand Year Blood War is that towards the end, it gets pretty rushed, which is unfortunate. And I do kind of hope that they might fix that in the anime adaptation, you know? Now, at number 1, my all-time favorite Bleach arc would be the Soul Society arc. Now, this is Bleach. When I think of Bleach, I think of the Soul Society arc. Because this arc just has so many great things in it. You know, we get introduced to all of the captains and lieutenants. You know, we have the big fight between Ichigo and Byakuya, the fight between Renji and Ichigo, the fight between Kenpachi and Ichigo, the fight between Uryu and Mayuri, and then of course you have Aizen's fake-out death. You know, where they find Aizen dead, and, you know, you're led to believe that, you know, Gin Ichimaru had something to do with it. But then you get the reveal that he's alive. And not only that, that he is one of the main villains for this series. And it's such a crazy reveal. But yeah, overall, I love the Soul Society arc. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a fantastic week, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!